Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the main thing I can remember. Like, he always did like to show me out, man. Like, and just really wanted me to, you know what I'm saying, be something. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like we always, I remember like even certain things he's always promised and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for us, like protecting our mother and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Right, most definitely.
Yeah.
They called each other brothers. They didn't call each other by name. They called each other brothers. And I told each other they love me. Oh, yes, I love your brother. That's what they think to them every day. So Derrick didn't call him Delvin. Delvin didn't call him Derrick. But their name was brother.
How much do you think Derrick's music career, or Derrick being a rapper, influenced you to become a hip hop artist?
See, at the time, like coming rapping wasn't over my mind, like probably until I made like about 17, 18. But even then, I ain't gonna lie, like at the time it didn't dawn on me how much it did. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, don't mind you, I know my brother music word for words, but I didn't understand it until I started going through some of the things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rapping the song reverse, but I'm not really knowing what he's saying, like what it really mean. But as I got older, like I'm like, man, this nigga really was spitting, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I could see now, like, you know what I'm saying, certain stuff he was going through, and I even understand like why certain things he did what he did, like, you know what I'm saying? Like certain decisions he made what he made, or whatever. So I could say like, probably when I really got heavy into it, it influenced me, because I realized I'm like I feel like I was just wasting something, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't taking it too serious, you know what I'm saying? I just was doing it, and I'm like, you know, dude really paved the way for me, and I didn't even see that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have easily like just took that name and ran with it, but I always came out on my own name. I always stood on my own. You know what I'm saying? My own name, Mighty Lee. That's why my name not Baby Derrick, Lil Derrick, Younger Derrick, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I ain't throwing no shade number, like,
Yeah, no,
Right.
you want
his own identity.
like,
Yeah.
and like even when I first was coming out, like if you didn't know that was my brother, you didn't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you couldn't decipher it from like stuff that I was saying in songs, you know, I never was like, oh, just hollering Derrick every song, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like.
For the streets, I got a question for the streets, who hotter than Lee? Ain't ride no ways or put no dick, I'm a product of me. I held my nuts up on myself, should I finally see? Got dream chasing across my chest like I'm signing with me. They call me stunner number 3 like I'm signing with B. But ain't no big dogs or no daddies, I'm signing with me. Got some niggas I don't know, and they sliding for me. They in the race to prove they self and they trying to compete. I try to turn my nigga up, but he turned to a leech. I had to cut your water short, you weren't earning your keep. I been chasing money, I still got burns on my feet. Nigga shot Lil Woe, he gotta get burnt in the street. Cause he was under my committee, even though we don't speak. Just some shit check off the list that's disturbing my peace. My bitch bitchin' bout nothing disturbing my sleep. My mama scared for me, she just be worried for me. Way before PPP, we was pushing that P. I got that pound, I broke it down and I turned it to 3. I split that shit up with my niggas, everybody eat. A businessman, rapper, daddy, I'm all I could be. Diamonds dancing, Michael Jackson, that's all you can see. I got a question for the streets, who hotter than Lee?
Have you ever reached out to Cash Money to see about mending a relationship, seeing
like,
that's your uncles?
Like, for the longest I was on that wave too, like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't feel need to. The reason being because, like, again, I look at it like this. I'm my own man. They the own man. Like my mom said, they sacrificed to build that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, I can't do the same. But at one point, and then I didn't even realize, like, how, I never realized the simple stuff, like, cause everybody was always drilling that idea in my head, like, oh man, you need to call your uncle. I'm like, yeah, nah, so I ain't really with all that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, when they say, like, if a drop of water keep dropping on concrete, eventually it'll, you know, crack the concrete, you know what I'm saying? So that thought eventually got drilled in my head. So then, I don't know, I reached out, like, probably when I had made, like, about 20, I think, you know what I'm saying? I think I could say about 20 was when I first, like, really reached out to them. And now I can't really sit here and lie and say they never really tried to, you know what I'm saying, like, do something with me, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna say they went all out, you know what I'm saying? But I don't look for nobody to do nothing like that.
But the communication lines were open at that time?
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. Yeah, for a while, but it's always like, it was always like on a hit and miss thing.
Niggas, fuck hoes, split wigs if I have to, be cool, don't put a mask on.
Your son lost his life. Derrick lost his life. He was in Pigeon Town at the time. Huh? What was the situation behind that?
That was like Taller Down in Liberty. That's.
What, he was a third one?
Taller Down in Liberty.
I always thought it was a good. So what happened? What was the situation?
If I knew his situation, I probably could tell it to you, and I can have peace of mind, my own self, because he's a cold case. I can't say what happened because I don't know what happened. I know I live every day of my life with a hole in my heart, a void that can't no man give back to me, you know. And I just, you know, I just pray my son's soul as well, because above music and all, I taught him about God first, you know, so, and he told me I pray every day, Mom, so, you know, I'm well with that.
He had a strong relationship with God?
He had a strong relationship with God. He got baptized, I think it was like even 18 or 19 years old.
Oh, he got baptized like for the second time, 18 or 19?
For his very first time.
For the first time, okay, 18 or 19. Mm-hmm. And he passed at 21. Mm-hmm. And he got killed in the house or outside the house? Or?
From what I understand, I didn't get to the scene, so I wasn't there, but it was on the outside on the street on Toledano and Liberty.
That's the third one. Mm-hmm. And that nobody's ever been arrested for the murder?
Nobody hasn't been arrested.
Nobody knew nothing?
That's what the streets say.
Do you think it's a coincidence that a lot of our New Orleans talented artists lose their lives right as they're getting to accomplish their goals, or getting the notoriety, the fame they seek, accomplishing their dreams?
Some people get big-headed, but to me, we have a lot of jealousy and envy in our city. And probably not just our city, all over the world. I ain't gonna just say our city, but we known for it, you know.
We known for killing our own rappers.
Right. And it's because before I see you come up, I'd rather see you go down, you know.
Like, and another thing with that, bro, like you said earlier, like these, like, I can't speak for, you know, everywhere else, but I know I could say, like, for people out here, like, this authentic, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta realize, like, these real street dudes trying to turn rappers, and you gotta think, like, if you did something to somebody, these people out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, they family, like, you wrong somebody's family, like, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta think about it. Somebody somewhere seeing you on the TV every day, you know what I'm saying? They see you doing shows, they see, you know what I'm saying? So
they hear your music,
like, you know what I'm saying? That's hurting people, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, it's the law. Like,
do you think that was the case with your brother?
I can't say that with the Bush. You know
I don't think it was.
I can't say, but
I don't think it was. I actually think it was jealousy.
So you think somebody was jealous of him?
I think you was jealous and didn't want to see him come up. And before you see him come up, you better see him buried. And to me, that's always a hole in my heart, because I got a void, I got an emptiness. I got my son here, but I don't have my children. You know.
That's what I'm saying. You don't feel the energy in New Orleans is different from when you go to Atlanta or go to Houston or wherever you may travel to?
I just would have to learn how to drive all you know, them different places again. That's the thing.
Right.
Getting used to that.
Now, did BG and, I don't know if you know, did BG and Derrick ever have a problem or a fight or anything you heard about?
I think they had beef, just, it was fake beef. It wasn't nothing all that.
Right.
I think Derrick was like kind of jealous. It was a jealous thing that Baby was catering to my son, and he can. You see, that's what it was.
Why do you think Baby took a liking to BG so much?
He know my son got a good heart, and he's soft-hearted. He know it.
Right.
He know it.
Right.
That's why, because Baby ain't gonna let no cutthroats right.
What do you think makes New Orleans like that? You grew up in New Orleans. I mean, what? You've lived in Baton Rouge. What do you not feel a different energy there? What do you think? Why do you think there's a culture of violence, no remorse? Well, I mean, the value of life is very small. Where somebody could kill your son and not.
Almighty dollars.
Yeah, and there's no repercussions. There's no investigation. There's, you know what I mean?
Right. I mean, with Derrick, his police supposed to be investigating. I mean, to me, that's just another nigger. And I don't usually use that term, but you know, when you get a record and all that, you go to jail yourself, you know, it's just another nigga out the way. He's just another nigga dead. You're not interested in that child.
Look, a lot of niggas be scared to bust their gun. Them be the ones to get it, cause they dick won't squeeze. Bitch made ass niggas scared to kill they beef. See, I don't fuss no more, I'm fighting no more. I keep that bulldog cock in a safety broke. I got the gang.
Everybody out there, you already know that Derrick gonna always be the one and only original. Mr. Beef ain't never squash it out sometimes.
I'm Zul Karnain, and I'm gonna give my Nigerian nickel on this situation.
Alhamdulillah, I was able to survive many generations in New Orleans, and I've talked to many mothers who's lost children and talented artists like Derrick, Bulletproof, BTY Young Greatness, and many mothers who lost children who weren't rappers. And we love to hear these gangster tales on YouTube. You know, I see everybody watching Terrence's stories out the Magnolia and running through the city. But Gangster did 24 years behind that, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of suffering behind these stories. You know, the mothers of these talented artists that had a God-given gift, and however they used it or utilized it, you know, that's to their discretion, but they had a gift to maybe that could make a change in the world and a lot of negativity in their lives. That was a positive aspect, you know, and for that to be ripped from them is heart-wrenching. So be mindful of that, you know what I'm saying? It's deeper than just watching a 10-minute video on YouTube. It's deeper than you putting a sarcastic comment under the video, you know? There's trauma behind it. People that lost arms, legs, eyes, elbows behind this, you know what I'm saying? Especially coming up in the treacherous island of New Orleans. So we're here to preserve the culture and keep these streets alive. And I say, alhamdulillah, I was able to make it to this age unscathed, you know, from violence of that type of sort. So we want to continue to put these stories out there, the Magnolia Shorties. You know, it's just so much talent that just be lost on a fugaboo, a humbug, that could have changed the trajectory of the city and opportunities and coming there and developments and whatnot. So shout out to all the people that made it, the Cash Money artists that made it, the Currencies, you know, the up-and-coming talent, the Rockful Nines, and filmmakers and artists outside of rap, because rap is so convoluted where you'll misguide $1 million to save you and your family. Follow us on Instagram at Walking on Hellfire. Leave a comment. Let us know who you want us to talk to, what type of topics you want us to cover, because we're just doing this for the culture. Thank y'all. Have $1 million day.
Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!